Well, Erica Alexander, aka Maxine Shaw from Living Single, there was an article on the JasmineBrand.com that popped up when I was scrolling online earlier today. And it talked about how she isn't against some sort of like Living Single reboot series or anything because, as she put it, my face hasn't aged out of the role, so I would love to do it. And it brings up the conversation of like reboot or sequel series in general. Do I think we need a Living Single reboot or anything like that? Same with like Martin or Fresh Prince or what have. Well, technically no, Fresh Prince got a reboot, but look, Family Matters, not really. I think that to be honest though, I don't mind seeing a lot of our classic black sitcoms and TV shows getting some sort of reboot or sequel just to make a piece of that sweet reboot sequel pie. I mean, if a lot of the white shows are doing it, why not let the black ones do the same thing for money? But to be honest, as someone who cares about quality and good continuity, I don't really think we need it. Um, Somebody actually left a comment on the article I feel was a great idea. Hey, you know what? What they should do is follow the best man formula, which is simply put having like a mini series, a small batch of episodes that are well put together that continues the story just enough so where you can get a glimpse of where the characters are at 10, 15, 20 plus years later from where their original series ended. Because I think that, to be fair, a lot of the shows that people want continuations for got satisfying endings. I mean, for example, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air didn't come back for a sequel series. We had a full on reboot. We had the great anniversary special not too long ago, and that was it. Back in the day, and I'm talking about when shows ended versus getting canceled, because when a show got canceled, it left so many open-ended questions. I mean, back during the days before social media and whatnot, you really didn't know a show was canceled until you caught it in the newspaper or a magazine, or you just noticed that, man, why are they playing reruns nonstop? I thought a new episode was supposed to come out. But shows that ended typically had the main characters move out of their house or apartment or whatnot. And then I think The Fresh Prince and Living Single had a similar setup where you had Will looking at the empty mansion, and I think Scooter came and got Khadijah so they can go to Vegas or something like that. And she looked back at her empty apartment, and then that was the end of the series. But yeah, I feel like, with any sort of show, they ought to just do like a mini little season of 5 to 7 episodes, or 10, give or take, because I think The Best Man did a great thing. It's like it's been so long since they were supposed to make a third film, but they couldn't find the funding for it. So they just opted to do a series, and it was great. And people still want more. But even if we don't get any more of The Best Man, that what was it called? The Best Man, the Final Chapters. That series was so good that it was a great bookend for the characters. Now with Living Single, yeah, I feel like, if they did a reboot, I wouldn't mind a mini series. But if it's good enough, they can give us more. It's kind of like with iCarly. They gave us what, 3 seasons until they unfortunately got canceled. Honestly, I think the show's going to get picked up by some network because it was so good and the fans are so hyped that it will come back at some point. But yeah, like I said, what was it? That 70s show, they got their own, or what was it called? That 90s show on Netflix. That was actually decent. I think there's some kinks that need to be worked out, but I enjoyed it. So hopefully, we see some more of the black shows come back for reboots or sequels and whatnot. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on reboots and sequels in general. Should the originals be left alone? Or would you not mind seeing any sort of continuation of the original projects if it has good quality? And generally speaking, these successful reboots that are coming out have the same writers and directors, not everybody, because some people either just don't want to revisit the original project. Sadly, some people have passed on. Others have simply retired from the business. But sometimes if you got some of the people from behind the scenes on the original coming back, and then you have some of the actors stepping up to be either behind the camera or writing, it shows in the final project. So we'll just have to wait and see. But like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next video.